It doesn't listen. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the name of the road trip because we are broken down on the side of the road. We have a friend coming to pick us up to take us back to Moscow. We have a tow truck taking our car to Grangeville tomorrow morning. So we are basically going to regroup in Moscow and do this once again. and that's our cue. Welcome back to the Road to Elite Marathon series, in which a full-time worker, husband, father, tries to go from a 4:48 marathon to running a sub-2:20 marathon. Is it impossible? Probably, but I guess we'll find out together. I've been thinking a lot about the race coming up. Obviously, that's like all I've been thinking about. The taper's gone pretty well. I was sick the first week. Felt much better this week. We did 5 miles every day until today. I just did a 3-mile easy run today. The legs are feeling pretty good. But really, my one goal for this race is 3:30. That's all I've been talking about for the last 6 months. It's everything I've been preparing for it. So to miss it would be a bummer. But I really want to just enjoy the whole race. So I'm not going to be recording on the race course. I might take a few shots at the start because it's going to be fun. The vibe down there is really great. There's going to be hundreds of runners. But really it'll just be Ruth on the sideline taking some videos along the race course potentially. And that's about it. So I'm feeling really locked in, but also just trying to process through what would it look like if I did make my goal. But I don't want to dwell too much on that. I'd rather think positively about the whole experience. So goal number 1, 3:30. That's what we've been training for. And then goal number 2, just have fun, because at the end of the day, it's still a hobby. It's something that if I don't make that goal, I'm going to come back with that same goal. So anyway, just some car ride thoughts. We made it. We're down in Boise. We got down at 5, went straight to packet pickup, got our packet, and then we went to meet some family for dinner. Now we're at our Airbnb. Literally just unloaded everything. Sitting down. So the plan is to basically get the shakeout running right away, stretch, get race strategy together, prep for the race tomorrow morning. Everything's super condensed because of the terrible travel, as I think you saw earlier in the video. But thank goodness we're blessed to get down here. God provided, we're here now. So that's great. But the stress has mounted just a little bit recently because it feels like all the road trip cramps have kind of kicked in a little bit, but that's okay. That's what the shakeout run's for. We'll get all stretched out and then we'll get ready for the race. So everything's still right ahead of me. It's right in front. So just gotta get loose, stay relaxed. We'll get probably a terrible night's sleep tonight, but we slept really well last night in our own bed because we obviously didn't get to Boise until tonight. So anyway, let's go get ready for this run. Hopefully the legs feel just spectacular after this. Let's go. Nearly forgot to tell you what I ate this morning and this afternoon. Eggs, toast, massive Subway sandwich, like 5 different meats, cheese and apples, and like this thing called an energy ball. It's like peanut butter, chocolate. My mom used to make them. Now my wife makes them. Super tasty. Snack on that on the drive down, and then like absolutely hammered 5 big slices of pizza just a moment ago. So now digested all that. Time to get a quick run in, shake out the legs, and then rest up. It's race day tomorrow, baby. It's time to go.
You look great.
All right, build is over. Shakeout's done. I did like a mile warm up and then 5 strides at 20 seconds each. And I was cutting it down to like 435, 444. So legs feel fresh, no cramps, all that late travel, don't have to worry about it. All right, let's go get stretched out, get a good night's sleep, and finally race day. 6 months later, it's race day. All right, 10:15 Boise time to get to sleep. It's 9:15 Moscow time, so it doesn't feel quite so late, but we'll be up at around 4:30 in the morning, 4:15, get everything together. It's about a half-hour drive to the race, and I'm gonna get there about 45 minutes early, get warmed up. I don't know how many runners are gonna be going, because normally the half marathoners will start with the marathoners, but this year the full marathoners are by themselves. So we'll be starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here's a quick look at what we'll be doing. I won't be taking all these. I'll probably be taking 6 gels, maybe one of these just to break it up. Here's the number, 1227. 1227. So a gel every 4 miles at least. Might push it to 3 later in the race. And then we'll have 2 handhelds. The nice thing is the course is a loop. So it's a 13.1 mile course. We'll be going twice. So I'll be seeing my wife at mile 6.5 and then 13, hopefully, and then switching out the handhelds at 13 or 14. So that's as simple as we're keeping it. We're not doing a lot. The goal is just 3:30, so that's 8 minutes flat per mile. That puts me around 3:29:30. So there's a little wiggle room there, but I'm gonna try to find a group to run with to stay steady. But if I have to run by myself, I run by myself, and we just gotta get the job done. We're here, we might as well run. Anyway, time to get some sleep, and we'll see you in the morning. It's race day tomorrow, baby.
Warm Springs and stay on the green belt. When you get to the Park Center Bridge, we've got 2 people at each.
Potatoes. We have baked potatoes, and that is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, and thank you for being here with us today. Have fun. We'll see you back here in a little while.
Sun is falling, speed in the black.
Just toss it.
Nobody driving. We're in
here we are, 4 days later, back in Moscow. Yeah, we missed the goal by 12 minutes. Kind of bummed, really bummed, actually. I posted on Strava, and I'll link to that below if you want to read my fresher thoughts. This is a little bit more balanced take, but I definitely was frustrated. I think around mile 15 or 16, that's when I started to unhitch my wagon from the 3:30 pacer, Ken, who is fantastic. He was so good. It was fun to run with him. We got to run together for like 6 or 7 miles, just the two of us. And then I had to call it. I was not ready to hang at that 8-minute pace because I think there is a key workout that I'll get to in a minute that was a great indicator of the kind of shape that I was in. And if I had listened to that indicator, it would have made this whole experience go better. But looking back, I have disappointment, but also pride in that effort. I was very, very happy with still getting a 15-minute PR. I will say that midway through the marathon, I was just ready to just call it. I was like, why did I train all this time to miss it by this much? I hate the marathon. And then as soon as I got to the last mile, I was like, this is why I worked for it. This is why I was doing everything that I did. It's so good to be back racing marathons. Half marathons are great, don't get me wrong, but they're not the same. And I just love marathoning. So it was, it's a humbling experience because I didn't get the goal, but it's also invigorating because it's so hard. It's so difficult to achieve that kind of goal at this kind of race, at this kind of distance. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm very excited to start training again. I've already started thinking about my fall goals. I definitely want to hit 3:30 or go faster than 3:30 by the fall. It's a lot easier to go from 3:42 to 3:30 than like going from 3:57 to 3:30. So we're on the way. But let's just actually talk about the race. Those are my thoughts, kind of clearing up all the cobwebs from the last few days. But yeah, I've been really enjoying not having to run this week. I'm actually going to go out for my first run tomorrow with my training partner, Luke Bruno, and that's going to be really good to just get the legs moving again. But I'm feeling really refreshed mentally and spiritually, physically. That'll come along. So the first 10 miles went pretty great. I was able to find a 3:30 pace group pretty quickly off the start line. I had to kind of wind a little bit to get through the pack. There was about 220 runners who finished. I don't know how many started, but 220 runners crossed the finish line for the marathon. And I was in the middle of that, maybe front middle. And the guys who were really fast, who were doing like 2:30s, they took off. But there was probably a group of 8 of us that hung with Ken, who has an incredible story. He's trying to run like 250 marathons, 249 marathons this year. It's amazing. And his whole story is incredible. So we started running all together, and then probably about 2 miles in, I was tracking, like we were going a little faster than 8. We did, I think 7:55 was my first split, then 7:45 was the second mile. And then we averaged right around that. I think we were averaging roughly around 7:53 per mile for the first 10 miles. And I noticed a month ago when I went out and did a big 20-mile workout, I was trying to hold 7:45s. And I remember just being so gassed at around the 9-mile mark. And that's kind of where it hit. Like my legs were moving. I felt like very strong, but I also realized that there is deeper fatigue in my legs than I would have wanted to, trying to hold that 8-minute per mile pace for the 3:30 goal. So at around 10 miles, I was like, I should probably detach from Ken, try to like cut it back. But really I'm there to run, to try to get 3:30. So I was just like, screw it. Let's race this. Let's go all in. And if I pay for it, I pay for it. Well, 5 miles later, I paid for it. I hit the wall. I started doing 8:20 miles, 8:30 miles. And at that point, I had said goodbye to Ken. I said, thanks, Ken. He headed out. And I just watched my 3:30 goal literally run away from me on the stick, with the blue bubble on top that said 3:30. It was just up the road, and it felt like my first marathon where I felt like I was just fading away, going backwards. And that was definitely the toughest part. The next 8 miles just felt really long, interminable. I wanted to quit. I was like, why the heck am I doing this? Why did I sign up? Why am I marathoning? This just doesn't make any sense. And I was just disappointed because once I hit like that wall mentally and realized I had made it all about one goal, and anything slower is just going to be a failure. That was frustrating, to say the very least. But this is the beautiful thing of the marathon, is that you get introduced to that ledge at some point. Like, you're gonna either fall off and completely quit, or you're gonna white knuckle it so you don't completely go into the void and just hang on for dear life. And that's why I'm so stoked to do it again already, is because it's been 2 years. It felt like I got reintroduced, rebaptized for the marathon, because it's been so long and there are just so many experiences you can just forget. So that was refreshing by the time I got to the finish line. Now, by the time I got to mile 25, I found my legs a bit again. I tried to kick it up a little bit, but I just didn't have it. I think I had a couple 10-minute miles there to close. Now, I do think that once I finished, looking back, I could have gone sub 340 if I didn't have to walk a few times. There was a few times where I just had to walk it out for 20 seconds and then start. That's how mentally fatigued I was. And granted, my legs were very, very fatigued. So it was also a physical rest, but mentally it was to just try to shift the load around. So I finished, felt bummed right away, but then I also had a mixture of pride because I made the choice to try to go after my goal. I wanted to leave it all out on the course. I didn't want to feel like I had something left in the tank. And come to find out, the tank needs to be much bigger. So I need to work on that. We'll talk about the fall goals in another video, but this is the recap. Definitely disappointed, but also very stoked to get into the next training block. And I just had fun. It was a really beautiful race. The trail we did was a loop, so I got to see my wife and daughter 3 or 4 times. The water bottle handoff went well. The fueling went really well. I felt like I was able to keep stuff down. It was just a good race. Kind of the perfect conditions to get 3:30, but I do think that I need to have more speeds in the bucket so 7:45 doesn't feel tiring. It shouldn't feel tiring if I'm trying to go 8 minutes. So that's the one tweak that we'll be making moving forward. We'll have other things that we'll tweak about this train block, but all things considered, closed out the block really healthy, had a fun race. That's all I can ask if I can't get 3:30. So anyway, that's where we're at, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. It's going to continue on because 220, faster than 220 is the goal, and so we've got a long way to go, but 3:42, that's the new time, and it feels really great to be back in the marathon.